Hi, I'm Dr. Joye, founder of InterveneMD. And people often ask me, why did I build InterveneMD? And why do we treat the patients we do? So today I want to share that story with you. I grew up right here in Charleston, Mount Pleasant actually, just minutes from this very office. 27 years ago, I started treating patients with back and joint pain. I used steroid injections, and for a while they helped. Patients got relief, I got results, and I earned a reputation for three things: teaching people about their bodies, thinking outside the box, and helping people feel better. But after a while, I saw a pattern. Most patients weren't actually getting fixed. Sure, a few did well for a year or two, but most came back every 2 months for another shot. That didn't sit right with me. That didn't feel like healing. I also started seeing more patients who were doing everything they were told: physical therapy, chiropractic, surgery, medications like anti-inflammatories, muscle relaxants, gabapentin. They followed the plan, but they still weren't getting better. And let me be clear, those treatments can be exactly right for some people, but for many of my patients, they just weren't enough. So I stepped back, I asked a simple question: what will it take to help people really feel and function better? And that's when I started doing things differently. I became one of the first physicians in Charleston to use regenerative treatments for the spine and joints. Now, I had seen patients improve before with steroid shots, but this was different. These patients weren't just getting temporary relief. They were healing better because we were finally addressing the underlying problem. They moved better, felt stronger, and most importantly, they stayed better. But I knew I was still missing something. Two things, actually: a better understanding of structure and cellular health. Years ago, a mentor introduced me to prolotherapy. I learned how ligaments, the overlooked tissues that hold your bones together, break down with time. And when they do, your muscles have to work overtime, which leads to pain and dysfunction. As more patients got better, I got more curious. I went deep into how the body actually works. Not just muscles and bones, but cells, because your cells are what drive healing. And I kept coming back to two systems that changed everything: mitochondria and inflammation. Mitochondria are your body's energy engines. They create ATP, pure energy. When they're working, your body works. When they fail, everything suffers: brain, muscles, sleep, metabolism. I had to relearn biochemistry. I studied pathways I hadn't thought about since medical school. Why? Because the kind of medicine I was practicing didn't require it, but real healing does. Here's what I know now. You can't fix inflammation with ibuprofen, back and joint pain with just a steroid, brain fog with an Alzheimer's drug, fatigue with a Red Bull or NAD, poor sleep with Ambien, or reflux with an antacid. And you can't run a successful weight loss, hormone, regenerative, or aesthetic program unless you first support the cells that power the body. Your body's smart. Your cells know how to survive and repair if they have the tools. My dad always told me, if it is to be, it is up to me. So I built a team that reflects that. People who love to learn, people who love to teach, people who love helping others feel better. That's what we call modern medicine for modern wellness. We've built something special here at InterveneMD. I invite you to visit our website, or better yet, come in and see for yourself. And no matter what you're facing, stay curious about your health. There are more options than you think, and yes, you can feel better.